Hello Spurs fans, it's Paul Hotspur Hippie here, the only psychedelic sock show on the internet. And I'd like to acknowledge that the land I'm streaming from right now, I'd like to acknowledge the traditional owners of the land, the Wallamedigal, the Camaragal and the Wongal mobs of the Aurora Nation. Pay my respects to their elders past, present and emerging. Welcome to them all, and recognise that sovereignty was never ceded, always was and always shall be Aboriginal land. How are we all? How are we all? Are we all feeling good in the afterglow of sweet victory? Anyway, let's get on to a bit of this. Well, a bit of scandal. I don't see the scandal in this myself, though. Jude Bellingham gets a red card after Real Madrid score a goal after the whistle goes, so it's not a goal. Because I saw it, the referee blew his whistle before the cross went in even. So, so Jude Bellingham, I get it, the players were a bit upset. Got a red card. Carlo Ancelotti, the Real Madrid manager, stood up for Jude Bellingham and said, look, he just said, and to quote Carlo Ancelotti, he said, that was a fucking goal. So there you go. VAR, hubbub at Liverpool. Liverpool, are they getting the rub of the green? Oh, I don't know about that, man. Bit of favouritism creeping into the spoonheads at Stockley Park, all those fumes from the Victorian refuse tips getting in their heads, I don't know. And what was the third one? Serge Reguilon. Yeah, Reg the Octopus. Puts his support between Man United in the Manchester derby, which I found out about from Jacob's stream this morning, which I was on. I'm not impressed with that. I'm not impressed with that at all. Unless his prima mobile for saying something like that was that Tottenham are still in a title race, so he'd prefer Manchester City to drop points. But otherwise, we're in a fight with top four in Manchester United. Who's paying your bloody wages, Reg the Octopus? It's little old Tottenham Hotspur. Anyway, that's the end of the news today. Hello, folks. Now, I noticed my chat thing buggered up at the beginning, so I don't know why it does that. There's a couple of comments I'll read before I get to the ones I can read. First one up on there is Mark N. Jamesy Paratrooper, hello man. It's time to jump back on the big Ange train of glory. I think so. I enjoyed the game. Oh, it was a good performance. Obviously, we can get better, but it was a damn sight better than it was 2 weeks ago. It was a good stepping stone to what we were doing at the beginning of the season. So I'm pretty happy with it. And James Paratrooper also says, what's up, Paul? Oh, well, the sun's still up. My mood is up. Marpin Prasai, big up, hippie. Big up. Marpin. All right, now I can do it professionally if I click on the right thing. Mark Ian, hello, man. Hello, my good man. How are you? I heard that Son spoke to Werner at half-time in German, to rally him. Oh, right. Where'd you hear that from? That's pretty interesting. I thought Werner was pretty good in the second half, wasn't he? He wasn't terrible in the first half. He just kept on passing it back to Doggy, which was annoying the hell out of me. There's only a little thing to correct. Good second half. And people are describing his goal as a tap-in. I don't know, man. I've seen tap-ins. I'm not sure that was quite a tap-in. So, well done to him. Well done to him. But he's got to do more, though. He's got to keep doing that, I think, hasn't he? Like my jury with my hammer. Order is still out on whether we make him permanent or not. At the moment, I'm leaning no, but that doesn't mean I think it was a bad bit of business, because there was no other forwards available, and we kind of needed someone because of our injuries. So, not a bad thing to do. Oh, the sweet E numbers of Aldi Cordial. Oh, it's like meth. Marpin Prasai, Football Daily, we're back in the 80s. Yeah, a bit more 70s, that one. But stay tuned. Maybe the 80s are coming at some stage, man. Maybe they're coming. I'm turning my cogs over for stupid things to do. Oh, I didn't turn my Uber thing off. Bugger off. I'm not driving you. They had a shit rating. They would have probably whinged about my Prius anyway. Stuart Livermore. Hey, Hotspur Hippie. Hi, Stuart. Good to see you. Great. Good to see you. Oh, great result for Spurs against Palace. Yeah, wasn't bad, was it? And what a header from Cootie. Man, oh man. Good goals. Good goals we scored. That ball in from Maddison, outside of his foot, just picked him out, and Cootie had a bit of work to do, getting his man out the way. And the power and angle, it was a fantastic header by Romero. Wonderful goal. I think someone said he scored more than Anthony for Man United, which is quite funny, isn't it? Craig, the Gecko Man, a member of the Hotspur Hippie commune. Memberships and super chats are available if you want to support the channel. Big up the Football Daily. That's it, man. Yes. Took me bloody hours to do that intro. Well, it did. Bit of a perfectionist sometime. Here we go. It's Yosarian. G'day, man. Afternoon, Paul and Hippies. What's the scoop, mate? I don't know. You must be in the know with all your new mainstream media contacts, dude. That was so funny, man. So, people who don't know, I only really listen to 2 radio stations in Sydney, and they're both community radio stations. One's called 2SER. 107.3. Just really good music. In fact, most of the music you see, I've got a playlist, a public playlist on this channel called Shazam's Not Spurs. Whenever I'm driving around and I hear something that tickles my fancy, I Shazam it, listen to it later. If I like it again, it makes the cut. Most of those come from 2SER. And this morning on Danny Chifley's breakfast show, him and a guest were talking about Tottenham Hotspur and Ange Postecoglou, and I was like, what? It's just like different dimensions converging. So I sent them a text saying, not often I hear that. Thanks very much, Paul Hotspur Hippie. And that gave me a nice little shout out. That was fun. Appreciate the acknowledgement. I'm working on it, man. I'm working on it. I've been chatting to Curry Radio. And I've got some messages in with the Metropolitan Aboriginal Council, Land Council, because I want to make sure I've got the mobs right. So what I'm saying at the moment is just from what I've gleaned myself, and it's like where I am here in Gladesville in the Lane Cove River. There was a lot of different mobs around. I've ruled out Gadigal, that's more Sydney, past Balmain, but I hope I'm getting it right. But, I think it's worth doing, man. I think it's worth doing. Unlike certain councils in South Australia who've decided not to do it anymore and just say, we have a complex past. Unbelievable, man, unbelievable. Well, I'm glad you think it's appropriate anyway, you're sorry, and I'm, going to do something. Mark in, and our Tottenham have the best points tally at this time of the season than the last 5 seasons. Is that right? Including when we finished 4th the other year, eh? Interesting. Manchester United parked the bus yesterday. Did they really? I didn't... So did they go 1-0 up or something? We might have a look at the results in a second, but let me have a look. Because you know what I'm going to say. You know what I'm going to say. Manchester City 3, Man United 1. Okay, so Man United went up after 8 minutes. Are you saying they tried to park the bus for 82 minutes? Wow. And then, then Man City equalised at 56 minutes, so they're still probably parking. Maybe that's when they were parking the bus. And then 2 late goals in the 80th and 91st minute by Manchester City. Well, you know what I'm going to say? Game management. Game management. Seeing out a game. There's no guarantee. The only thing you're guaranteed of doing by time wasting and parking the bus and all that old shite, the only thing you're guaranteed to do is rip off your own fans that are paying to watch you play football, not anti-football. So if that's what they did, man, stuff them. Stuff them. Marpin Prasai, that space to create a goal for Werner holds all due credit to brilliant movement from Sonny in the box. I might have to have another look at that one, man. I wasn't paying much attention to Sonny for that goal. But yeah, Sonny had a great game as well. He didn't really get much service in the first half. So what's a guy to do? But in the second half, hit the post. And a great solo goal. Brilliant, brilliant. I think the ball for the Suns goal came from... Did it come from Brennan Johnson as well? Because, I mean, Brennan Johnson, he was up right wing and then he seemed to be like left back or something. I don't know. Total football man. That's what I want. I want to be absolutely bamboozled and confused by what's going on and just see a flow of football. The only pattern really I saw from Crystal Palace at times was it was like under sevens playing because they were all like globulizing in the middle of the pitch and they were sort of all chasing the ball around in this sort of pattern. And it's interesting that they had more offsides than us. How'd you do that? How'd you do that, Palace? If I was a Crystal Palace fan, I'd be absolutely spewing over their performance. I think that's one of the reasons why I was a little bit, I wasn't quite bored, but I was fading. I was getting very tired in the first half. And I don't think it's because we were playing badly. I thought we played pretty well in the first half. But when there's no contest, you know, if there's no contest and no goals coming in, it's boring. So, yeah, Sonny had a good game. And I like Angie's comment in the press conference afterwards when someone asked him, you know, we noticed that Sonny's fingers are still strapped. Is that a situation you're monitoring? And Ange sort of laughed and said, it's only his finger. He can lose it. It don't matter. He can still play. Brilliant. TA29. Any ideas why Rodu hasn't been given any game time? Well, it's football, isn't it? Who's he going to, you know, we're not... It'd be different next year. We're going to have more games to, you know, naturally rotate. But at the moment, what, are you going to put him in instead of Romero? Then it would have only been 2-1 yesterday, perhaps. Radu's here, is here for the long haul. So, you know, it will come. It will come. His agent needs to shut the fuck up as well. Jamesy Paratrooper, next year we will win the Champions League quarter-final with a Timo banger goal. So you reckon he's going to be around another year? I'm not, jury's out, you know. I mean, of course, if we do it and Ange wants him, I'm all for it. But, you know, you're tipping that we're going to exercise the permanent option, eh? Wade Bauman. A fellow Uber driver I saw from your comment, which I never reply to. Never reply to comments. I can't be asked. Too much. Turn that app off. I got anxiety. Just sometimes like this. It's weird, you know. Sometimes I come home, like it just happened there, and I forgot to switch it off, and you know, and then it'll go. Huh. We know that secret sound, Wade. It's the Wade. It's the sound of success. I like that one. Wade Bowerman, bro, I'm actually Indigenous. Leave out the welcome to country. I'll be interested to hear why. I don't know if you're going to be able to convince me on that one, man. I mean, I don't mean to be disrespectful. When you say Mundine, you mean Anthony Mundine? I've got a lot of time for Anthony Mundine. I mean, if you want... I see some more comments here, Wade. Let me... I'll tell you why I'm doing it. I'll tell you why I'm doing it. Up in Preside. Paul, do you know how... do you know... yeah. I don't really want to talk about other streamers, man. Senior Voice was voted out. It's disingenuous for you, Apom, to be political on a topic like this. Look, the reason I'm doing it, Wade, is Um, because I mean it sincerely, for one thing. And I said on Australia Day, like I've been in Australia 30 years, and for the first 20 years of that, I was, living the white middle class life, capitalism, blah 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 blah. My upbringing in England was always anti-racist. My dad was a cop, so I fucking hated all that shit. National Party, I hated it. But after 20 years of living in middle Australia, I found myself to have, without putting too fine a point on it, to have racist views about Aboriginal Australians. Not, not like it's hard to explain, but maybe the opinion was 200 years ago, why don't they get over it? That kind of thing, And it didn't take long for me to shed that because someone told me it's still happening today. So really why I'm saying that is because my personal Australian experience is that there's a lot kind of out there that's putting you guys down, apart from the government, the police and all the obvious stuff. But there's a lot of, not explicit, more tacit cultural things in white Australia that, if I was born here, man, I'm sure I'd be as racist as buggery against you lot. So the reason I'm doing an acknowledgement of country is I just want to do, I know it's something small, but I think it's important to have something being said that does, you're up against it with everything. And I just, I feel like if I just keep my mouth shut, that's not good enough, man. It's not good enough. So I'm going to disagree with you, Wade, with respect, with respect. But I do have a lot of time for Anthony Mundine and some of the things he says, Not all of them, but some of them. But I love you too, Wade. That's all right, man. Anyway, back to football. Bit of hippie stuff there. That's what you get here. It's not the Hotspur Andrew Bolt channel. It's the Hotspur Hippie channel. Bob Down Under. Yes, Paul. BJ 2 assists. Wouldn't he have a good game, eh? Good game. Good game. Yeah, I mean, he sort of had a bit of a wobbly start when he got on the pitch. But, man, that goal he set up for Timo Werner, whew, that was very tasty. If that's what we're going to be getting out of Brennan Johnson, I'm going to be excited about him. I really am. I think it's great. Mark in. Man United had 2 on targets all game and Haaland missed for 2 yards out. No way. I think the Liverpool goal happened 2 minutes after the incident. Okie dokie. Well, it's nice to see that there's some chinks in that big turnips armour, isn't there? He's not a good footballer, Haaland. That's an unpopular opinion. He's a good striker. He can't do anything else, though. Remember last year when old Romero gave him a bit of a touch-up? Bit of a welcome to the game, Erling. What did he do? Shat himself. Pussied off back into midfield where he was crap. I'd rather have Sonny in a team than him. Yosarian, Sonny's backtracking in the box drew the defender out. Oh, okay. Well, I'll have to look at that then. I didn't spot that. Wow, so smart, isn't it? So smart to think of doing stuff like that. But, so smart that I can't even notice it. That's why we need football brains like you. And who was the other person that mentioned it? Was it Edward? Oh, I've forgotten, man. Ooh. Stuart Livermore. I'm glad Werner got his first goal for Tottenham now. So am I, man. Now, hopefully for remaining games, he has confidence to put more away, as I do like Werner. He seems like a cool guy, doesn't he? If he does that, then yes. I mean, obviously I want him to do that. And he's got a lot of incentive at the moment, hasn't he? I mean, if he doesn't do it... See, my thinking is, if he doesn't do it now, I wouldn't be patient enough to sign him permanently, because he wants to get back in the Germany team for the Euros, prove himself again, So if he doesn't do it now, where is he going to do it? So I don't know if he will or not. If he keeps on doing what he did in the second half, he could. But I'd love him to. It'd be great. Leo de Jong, I felt good about the way we played overall, and I trust that. Yeah, we will learn to find a way through the line. Well, we did find a way through the line. We scored 3 goals. All right. I hear this after we play. Oh, we struggled to score against, and I hate this term, man. I hate this term, folks. Low block, because it gives like some sort of air of authenticity or respect to parking the bus, and it's a load of old wank. But low block. I always hear we struggle to score against low block teams. We scored 3 goals. I hear this. Well, I heard it after the Sheffield United game. We beat them. I mean, anyway, Marpin Prasad, you don't want Timo Werner next season? Oh well, don't want. Yeah, okay, we'll see how it goes. Mountain Bushman, Stema, Evanista, but I'm streaming. Hope you're well, man. Marpin Prasad, Paul, you don't have that typical Australian accent, though, like Vange's. Yeah, because I'm from England, so I've been here 30 years. People in England think I sound Australian. Australian people think I sound English. Just a citizen of the world. Countries are a load of old bollocks anyway. So, I'm from planet Earth most of the time. Barloo, big up, Paul, big up, Barloo. Nice to see you, man. Liam Smith, not the member of the Hotspur Hippie commune, Super Chat membership available. Love to see Sonny catch his stride. Yeah. It's funny, isn't it? Like when he I don't know if you watch my watch along, but I put the highlights up. But when Son's 1-on-1, I wouldn't say it's as good as a goal, but it's as good as you're going to get from a player in that sort of circumstance to be a goal. And his shot, goal post, just shaved it in. It was wonderful, wonderful. So Haaland missed a sitter, did he? Well, even the best of them miss sitters, don't they? Jimmy Greaves used to say that he missed far more than he scored. Happens to everyone. There's something mysterious about that rectangle with the net on the back, Causes brain problems. Baloo. For Werner, if he can win us big games like Old Castle, here we go. Oh, bloody hell. Whole string of puns here. Here we go. If he can win us big games like Old Castle, Arsenal, swimming pool, Chelsea, Manchete, I will obviously buy him next season. Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, they're the fixtures we've got coming up. I mean, that's quite a proving ground, isn't it? So I think that's valid. Like, if he gets hat-tricks against some of those teams, yeah, snap him up. Snap him up. Against Villa, I definitely want to see Sonny as our striker than Richarlison. Up to Ange, isn't it? I think Richarlison's still going to be out, though, isn't he? He's got 3 or 4 weeks, a couple of weeks ago, something like that. So we will see. But look, I think Sonny on the left and Richarlison in the middle seems to work pretty well as well. So it's nice to have options, though, isn't it? Nice to have options. Bob Down Under. Timo scores a winner against Chelsea. I'm signing him. Oh, that's a pretty low benchmark, though. Have you seen Chelsea? They're shit, man. They're shit. I reckon Vicario will score a goal against Chelsea. Maybe Emerson Royale will if he's playing. I don't know. It would, but I do want him to score against Chelsea. I want him to get a hat-trick against Chelsea. Just, there's a few Chelsea people out there in WWW land that I think it would give the real shits to, and I'm all for that. So come on, Timo, you know it makes sense. And I want you to celebrate the fuck out of them as well. No respect, no, I used to play for Chelsea. It's like, all you said about me is a hat trick. Stick that up your ass. Mark in, I agree with you. Haaland looks like the monster from one of the original Ghostbusters films. Richie jumping in on the celebration with one of our goals. Yeah, I saw that as well. I wonder how injured he was. But I mean, he couldn't contain himself. So I think that's quite cool, As opposed to all he skip at the end of the game, he just looked like he chat himself. Everyone's going, hey, and he's just I didn't get to play. I'm going home now. Going home. Going to get the lift down to the car park and fuck off. Here we go. Lemmy. Paul, I'm of your vintage. It's a good vintage. But born here. Oh, man, don't use that word. I can't. Lemmy, I can't put that word up, man. I can't. I know. People in England aren't going to understand, man. Cypriot descent. A lot of reasons to hate Anglos, but acknowledging country is construction or not. I'm not going to get into it. That's what I'm going to do. That's what feels right to me. So it's not really a discussion, folks. It's only like 20 seconds at the beginning, isn't it? But thanks for your comment anyway, Lemmy. Mi smo spremni, says Mountain Bushman. I see it. We're ready. Mountain Bushman channeling. Who's he channeling? He's channeling this guy. Where is he? There he is. Mi smo spremni. Hey. Pass it forward. Putala, push it forward. Dobro. Oh, look. I'll tell you what, if you don't like the welcome, it's not a welcome to country, it's an acknowledgement to country for one thing. If you don't like it, I don't give a shit, right? Just, if it pisses people off that much, then, I'm not discussing it. Don't watch, that's what I'm doing, and that's it. I'm not debating it. It's not a democracy, it's a Hotspur hypocrisy, folks. There we go. Marpin Prasai. If we get two excellent wingers who are more of a goal threat, good dribbles, with better IQ, can cross the ball and has pace and place, Sonny in the middle, think it'll be perfect for Ange system. God, hang on, there's a lot to take in there. Yeah, look, I guess I can see what you're saying a little bit there, man. Because I thought the big problem with the first half was with the wingers. I thought we played well, but the wingers weren't winging so much. But in the second half, Timo and especially Brennan Johnson did, and Kulu did a bit before Johnson came on a bit. So maybe. It's just coaching, bit of fine-tuning. We'll see if they take that on board and, start like that next game against Aston Villa. That's what you want to see from the get-go. Unless it was part of some other game plan to knacker out the defenders, I'm not sure. But I agree with what you're saying. Two wingers, if it's ones we've got or ones we are yet to get, you're right. That's what we need. Michael Langley, if Werner could get better, then a goal involvement every 2 games for the price, he is worth it. Goal involvement every 2 games. Yeah, I'm just thinking, I don't know. He could be. I mean, he's cheap, but I don't want to just get cheap. If you know, how do I explain this? Just because I think, and look, this might be a bit controversial. I think this is the mistake with Kulu. I wouldn't have signed Kulu myself based on his performance last season. but he was there. The number was known. It was on the table, so it's kind of like it's almost like a rubber stamp, isn't it? You know, and I'd be loath to do that with Timo Werner unless he's done something. A goal involvement every 2 games. He's got to do better. Got to do better than that. I'm not sure it is worth it for that return, man. I'd rather save up our coins and buy someone, do a proper upgrade somewhere on the pitch, man. Marpin Prasai, I think our striker should be someone who's more dynamic and has better touches, who possesses good link-up play. None other than Son. Hey, look, Son can do all of that, man. Son can do all of that. No problem at all. If I was looking at upgrade, if I was casting my beady eye over the squad, because our bench is looking better. But I'd say, I'm not too sure about up front. I'm a bit swings and roundabouts about that at the moment because we haven't seen the team firing up properly. So it's hard to say if the forwards are good enough or not yet. But I'd be definitely looking at a left back cover through Doggy. Davies isn't up to it. Another midfielder. So then we've got 5 midfielders going for 3 places, which I think is good. And then up front, I don't know. Leo de Jong. Sonny's goal was reminiscent of the second goal against the Gooners. Yes. Although seemingly simple, it needed precise finish. I don't think there was anything simple about it, man. He's cool under that pressure. There's a lot of goalkeeper filling your vision. I'm just thinking of when I played, like when you're 1-on-1 with a keeper, which happened to be very, very rarely, but it happened to be about twice. A good goalkeeper, it's like you can't see past them. And, Son took that shot from fairly far. The keeper was quite far out as well. So, he had to sort of sell him on it and then get it round him. It was, but the finish was incredibly precise. So, that's one thing about Son is he's very, 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 very calm under pressure. But he's a hard bugger. Absolute tough as nails, his Son. At the moment, Johnson is good as impact player from the bench. Comments right up. Impact player from the bench. Johnson has lots of work to do on his overall game. He is still young, but he needs to work very hard to improve as a player. Yeah, well, I'm patient with Johnson, man. I'm not one person. I'm not one of these people that's been bagging the hell out of him. I'm content to wait. If he does more of what he did yesterday, that's great, isn't it? I've heard a lot of people saying, "Oh, he's not a good player. He shouldn't have signed him." All that. Well, give him time. Not every player fits in immediately, do they? A lot of our players have, but yeah, we also had to stick him in as a starter a lot because of our injury situation and AFCON and the Asian Cup. So a lot of burden was put on him as well, maybe quicker than Ange or the coaches wanted to. So came on as a sub and fired off, didn't he? But I think he'll get there. I'm not concerned at all about Brennan Johnson. Marpin Prasai, which position do you think we are more weakest, Paul? Have your say. The biggest Spurs weakness at the moment. Biggest weakness I think we got is, again, I'm going to leave up front out. I find that a bit higgledy-piggledy, but a bit left back, cover through Doggy, but also midfield, man. Midfield. We got four decent midfielders with 3 spots, but I think we need another midfielder there, so we've got a bit more explosivity and impact and stamina coming off the bench. Because Højbjerg, Skip, and Gio Lo Celso don't cut it for me. They did okay yesterday, but what I'd prefer to see is another midfielder that's good as a sub, but also does the goods when they start the game as well, which is something that Lo Celso, Oibia and Skip, you can't rely on them to start a game and see it out or, play well. Whereas Bentancur, Saar, Basuma and Maddison, they can all do that, all of them. So I want one more of those. That's what I want, and I think we'd be really good. Johnson has some unleashed potential to him. Yeah, man. Yeah. I think let's hope he gets better and better. Like, I've said it before, but I go back to Chrissy Waddle, man. Chrissy Waddle didn't have the best starts to his Tottenham career, man. He really didn't. But people were patient with him. There was no internet and shit there because we could see that there was bits of good in him, and I've seen bits of good in Johnson, every time he's played. Yeah, he's cocked up a lot, but there's been enough good in there as well. Same with Chrissy Waddle. Chrissy Waddle, it took months to bed in, but when he did, fuck me, what a player. Incredible. So, give him time. Give him time. Paul Tucknott. Morning, Paul. Morning, Paul. Oh. You confuse me there, man, just by having the same name. Doesn't take much, does it? Michael Langley. Eze and Neto for Hill and EHB? Who's EHB? I should know that, shouldn't I? I know who Hill is. Yeah, I'd agree, but I don't know about Eze and Neto. I don't know. But no, Hill. EHB? Why can't I know who EHB is? I'm just thinking of Emerson, Lake and Palmer now. No doubt people are frantically typing the answer into the comment. Oh, fuck, I don't know. Baloo, what do you make of Emigo display? Was he good? Will you keep him as a squad player next season? At the moment, based on that performance, just. Well, yeah. Look, when you're talking about Ben Davies, Emerson Royale, I think Emerson Royale is much better than Ben Davies. I think he defended really well. And, it's a specialist position. So are you really going to be able to entice someone as good as Pedro Porro as a backup? I don't know. But yeah. Maybe keep him. I don't know. I'm saying yeah at the moment, but I don't know. I just part of me thinks I'd just like to see us aim a bit higher. That's all. But it's not like he's super crap or anything like that, is he? So I don't know. Well, when we had to play him a lot. I mean, how many goals did we let in last year? It was 5 million, wasn't it? And a lot of that he was part of the back five. So I don't know. I'm giving you a lot of don't knows, but I don't. Andy, proud of your team, Andy. Proud of your team. Yeah, worth the admission. Seeing that load of rubbish, wouldn't it? I've got to up it in a little bit, Andy. That's what football's about. Sorry, man, but it's 3-1. Andy, hi, Paul. People giving Brennan Johnson crap. Obviously, never watched him at Forest. Well, I never watched him at Forest, but he's a talent and will be a very valuable player. Also, thanks for flashing up Jedi's face, Palace legend. Oh, of course. Yes, he was, wasn't he? Yeah. Well, he's a captain of Australia as well. Won the Asian Cup. Hey. Yeah. No, I like Mile Jedinak. Very good. Dobro. Marpin Prasai, how pumped are you for Villa's game? Well, I believe the word on the street is, they say this about every game though, it's a must-win game for Tottenham. Whenever I hear that phrase, must win, I always think, or what? Or what? What happens? What? You don't get points? Yeah, okay. not must though, is it? It's not like everyone's got a running man style collar round, and if it's like 0-0 at the end, very dramatic, isn't it? It's a must win clash. Must win clash against. It's just a fucking football game. But I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be interesting. Gonna be a tough game. But see how we go. I think we'll do them. I hope we do them. Obviously. Romero versus Cash. Wonder if it's going to be Romero is going to be assigned. Someone's going to be assigned to give him a tickle, though, aren't they? I hope so. And I hope the referee channels a little bit of like a Keith Hackett and just lets one go. Maybe lets two go, and then says, look, okay, you've balanced the books now, so no more. But send him to a hospital. I mean, it wasn't just Bentancur. He was. When people say Romero is reckless and hot-headed, no. Matty Cash in that game was a player I would not want to see in a Spurs shirt. That was over the line. I mean, everyone's got different lines, I suppose, but no. Romero's not injured anyone, has he? Or put anyone in hospital? How many players has Matt Cash put in? So it could be his last game of professional football for a while. That'd be cool. Not that I'm condoning violence. Well, I am a bit. It's a physical game. It's a contact sport. I'm confident that we will beat these bunch of wanks at their own ground. Well, let's hope. Let's hope your confidence affects the game. Paul Tucknott, morning, Paul. Seems too many over-analysts. They forgot we won. I haven't really watched the whole lot, man. We won. I feel happy. I thought it was a good performance. I don't know. You got to fill air, haven't you? The way I do it is just reading your comments. I don't bring an awful lot to the table sometimes, but what are people saying people aren't saying people saying we play badly. I suppose someone's saying we play badly. I did hear, I did a little skirt around, and I did hear a couple of comments, and I just thought. I just don't watch anymore, I see some things and I think, okay, clearly we're from different spheres of existence. We've got different eyes. Sometimes I think watching different football games. So there's no point in me, people can say what they want, can't they? It's just opinions. Michael Langley, Oibier, where'd you get that out of VHB? But yeah, Oibier is definitely worth an upgrade, man. Peter Jenner. Evening, Paul. Evening, Peter. Nice to see you here. Marpin Prasai. I think Lucas Bergvall is an excellent signing. Oh, I forgot about him. As well, he will improve us massively. Is he ripe enough? But if he is, that could be it, couldn't it? I've not really. I did watch some highlights of him in a game. What I try and do is and I don't do this often, but when we signed a player or it looks like we're going to sign a player, I don't look at people's highlight reels because you can put. I mean, Eric Dyer's got a highlight reel, but what I try and find is quite often you'll get clips of all of their touches in a particular game, and I find that's interesting. And I saw one I'm pretty sure I watched one. I don't know who it was against, but Bergvall against something. I thought, yeah, he looked all right. Didn't look very quick, but that might be my memory. But yeah, looked all right. I mean, we've bought him, so let's hope he's good. Marpin Prasai, I think backups won't work out for us. Maybe we strive for someone who can compete for their positions. That's always the best way to go. And their performances and play shouldn't dip off when they arrive at the pitch, like Oibier and Skip. Yeah, that's what I want to see as well. Because, I mean, like in yesterday's game, it didn't affect it too much. We kept up, momentum and pressure. But I think I'll agree with you, man. Like I want people that can actually start and do that as well. And those players can't do, or they're unreliable at doing that. Totten Poncho. Wow. What's your picture? It's a dog. Totten Poncho. That's a cool name. Don't forget they stole the points. So let's get some revenge. Yeah, bloody right. Put them to the sword. Balu, what it is with this homegrown player to keep them? We have a majority of all bad homegrown players. Why don't we look for players who will give everything for the club? No sympathy to HGP. Is that Hojbjerg again? We need to sell. Yeah, I'd like to sell. Well, isn't Hojbjerg a player that things came in and he wanted to stay at Tottenham? I'm not up for that, man, you know. But homegrown, yeah, you need a homegrown quota. That's the way it is, you know. But yeah, I skip. Nah, not for me. Here we go. Here's some proper analysis. Someone with a football brain. Here we go. My analysis of our season thus far. When we play poorly, we struggle. Is this going to carry on like this? And sometimes lose. When we play well, even if it's only for brief moments in some games, we win. Yeah. It's funny how that works out, isn't it? Generally, when you play well or better than the other team, you win. And we have had those bursts where it all comes off. You know, because the other thing, when you're playing like creative football, and this is you know, it used to happen when the teams I used to watch in the 80s, which were brilliant. But I don't know, it's a weird old thing that the opportunity to do all that stuff rarely happens for 90 minutes of a game. You know, I'll use another example, like Gaza. You know, when he's doing his stuff, it's like, oh, brilliant. It's like, well, you know, why doesn't he do that all the time? Well, you know, that opportunity's not there all the time to do that. You know what I mean? But the better you get, you know, you do see more, you know, as you develop more of a football brain and football wisdom, those things happen a bit clearer. And that's why I think, you know, a good coach like Ange and Millet, and I think Ryan Mason's doing a good job at the moment, feeds that football brain. But when we're playing at our, you know, not at our best, but playing well, you know, that's when you get 3 goals in 11 minutes, isn't it? But that doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get 27 goals in 90 minutes. Otherwise, that's what score lines would be like, wouldn't it? Andy, don't worry about what you say about Palace. It's team to what I say. Being born, bred 5 minutes from the ground, it's my team for life. That's what happens, isn't it? We get. It's like the sorting hat at Hogwarts, isn't it? You just can't help it. Someone's cooking food somewhere. It's wafting in through my door. Baloo, HGP, homegrown player. Oh, right, gotcha. You're using a TLA on me. Sanchez, Bethnal Green. Morning, fellow hippie. Wake and Bake Monday. Yeah, what a start to the week. Peace and love vibes to everyone. John's analysis. Funny old game, innit? That's what it is. But, oh, what? Are you, John? Hang on, is that you, is it? What? I can't make out the picture. Hello. Yeah. Wake and bake, man. Yeah. Perfect. A nice bowl. Oh, God, it'd be the best bowl of cornflakes you ever have in your whole life. Marpin Precise. Palace game yesterday was reminiscent of Bournemouth game we played this season at home. Quick fire. We scored goals and put games to bed. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. We destroyed them. And, you know, 2-1 up. I'm sure there are people out there saying, oh, don't throw it away. Be safe. Bollocks. Go and get a third. That's what we did. Marpin Brasai till the 70th minute. I was panicking a lot. Yeah, I went through various stages of panic, man. In the second half, I thought, oh, we're looking good. Then they scored, and I was not overly concerned. And then we looked like scoring for a bit, and then we had a little bit of a dip, and then it went all silly. Then after that, didn't it? Thought we might suffer another loss. That would be devastating for my mental health. I was trying to put that to one side because I was doing a watch along as well. And I didn't kind of want to dwell on that too much, Yeah, but it would have been bloody horrible, mate, losing that game, wouldn't it? It would have been awful. I would have been so pissed off all week. But didn't happen, did it? We are here, victorious. Marpin Prasai. Last, I didn't watch single Tottenham game, to be honest. When we were playing Milan at the end of the Champions League knockouts, I preferred to watch Bayern versus PSG. Complete diabolical and pragmatic football last season. Yeah, I mean, you're not the only one, man. I mean, if that had carried on this season, I might have been in the same boat. But I know... In fact, there's a friend of mine... an old school friend that I used to go to matches with in the 80s, and he's a season ticket holder. He's still over there, so he's been a season ticket holder fucking half a century. And he was it's my voice. Yeah, he was when it came up for season ticket renewal last season, he was almost just going to chuck it away. It had gotten that bad. He wasn't going to review. And the thing that made him renew his season ticket was he's kind of like a Celtic second team, and Ange coming to Tottenham renewed his season ticket. So I don't know how many people were in that boat, but it was horrible last year. I mean, that AC Milan game, especially wheeling out Steve Perryman, who scored 2 against them in 1972. Horrible game. Yeah, we had some shockers last year, didn't we? Like Sheffield United was... Sheffield United and AC Milan, they're the two that really stand out. I mean, there were some other bad ones, but those two were just beyond the pale, weren't they? AC Milan defending a 1-0 deficit. Marpin Prasai, night and day compared to that of today's, yeah. Marpin Prasai getting rid of Eric Dyer was the best thing to happen for us, Paul. Ange sussed him out immediately, didn't he? Sussed him out straight away. None of this Jose Mourinho, let's have a chat in Portuguese. The manager didn't like me. The previous manager didn't like me. It's all right, Eric, we'll play you. And then Antonio plays him. No, Ange knew he was shit. Well, not just that he was shit. I think that, I think he was a bad egg, a bad influence in the dressing room. But part of that leadership group, a real bloody downer, Not a winner. Ange did put Dyer in his place, starting Royale and Davies. I mean, wow. I mean, wasn't that a statement? And, Eric Dyer also had a chance to leave in the summer as well. I think he was picked for one friendly, wasn't he? But I mean, how about that? How embarrassing to be a centre back and he's playing fullbacks ahead of you. But he got to move to Bayern. Good luck to him. I saw him. I saw the highlights of Bayern versus whatever. And there was one goal where Eric Dyer, he did win a header, but he's also running around in circles with his arms behind his back. Now he's got his permanent deal. I think he's got... is this fact that he's got a permanent deal at Bayern now? So we'll start seeing the real Eric Dyer return now. He takes his foot off the gas. Hey, the Nostradamus, Faz Radfar, 3-1 Spurs. Spurs 3, Crystal Palace 1. Big up Paul, big up Faz Radfar. Baloo. At the moment, Eric Dyer is starting for Bayern every game. They're losing every game. It's hilarious, isn't it? The end of Bayern Munich. Well, 11 Bundesligas in a row, and that's it. Start again. Start again, Bayern. Martin Pasai, I wonder how he got his deal extended. Well, he started talking English in a German accent. That probably helped. Did a bit of a Steve McLaren. He must have the best agent in the world. Career mode is real. Yeah. Ah, well, what can you say, eh? He's not the only person stealing a living from clubs. Harper Lee. Hello, Harper. I missed your stream. Try and make it next time. Well, it's still here. I don't know how much longer I'll go, but, you know, you're welcome. Redback spider. That is a big redback spider on your back. Ange's trademark is clean out. Yes. Very true, man. Ange loves a clean out. He really does. It doesn't matter the status of a player either. You know, I'm wondering if the Harry Kane thing, whether Ange didn't fight too much to keep him. I don't know. I don't know. I've got weird feelings about Harry Kane. Tottenham Poncho. Dyer ain't bad. No, man, come on. He hasn't got the. He just hasn't. No, he hasn't got the pace. No, he's god awful. God awful. How many tackles did he put in last year? I'll tell you what. Let's find out. How many tackles did he put in for Tottenham last year? What was his? As a centre back, you'd expect a few a game, wouldn't you? I remember paying close attention to his tackles. I saw one all season, but you know, maybe I'm a harsh judge. Let's have a look. Come on. FC Bayern München, eh? Yeah, let's have a look here. I won't bother bringing it up on screen because it cocks my screen up sometimes. Where are we? Premier League. 22-23. Here we go. Average sofa score rating 6.86. Defending tackles per game 0.9. I think they're being very generous with what they call a tackle. Nah. Anyway, that's auto-generated computer shit. I think it's shit. Good riddance to him. Sanchez, Bethel, Green, the deadly curse of Kane. That's it, man. And Dire Straits. Good luck, Munich. What happens when you play 20% of the Tottenham 2022-23 team? Well, if Bayern don't win this season's Bundesliga, then all the blame will go to Kane and Dyer and the Tottenham curse. What do you say? I'd probably go on Tuchel though, won't it? I don't think much will stick to Kane because Kane's scoring loads of goals, isn't he? And I haven't seen too much of the goals they've conceded to know how much Dyer's in it. But you know, there's a pool in the dressing room. You know, when I start hearing there's splits in the dressing room. I'm not going to pay any attention to it. Marpin, Paul, who do you think is a better player? Phil Foden or Bukayo Saka? I can't say Saka, can I? Lots of debate going on for me. Phil Foden is superior in every aspect. Yeah, I mean, Phil Foden's got a face. He's got a face that looks like it's been punched more than Saka. I'll give him that. But yeah, I can't go for Saka, can I? Just a girl who loves Spurs. Hello there. Big up, Paul. Big up. Andrew's Bethel Green. Ange is like a dose of Andrews for Spurs. Oh, fuck. I used to love Andrews, man. I used to love it. I used to go with my... I never knew the what it was supposed to do. I just liked the taste of it. I remember when I used to go over my grandparents' house and they always had Andrews there and they didn't care. I was like, hey, it's like fizzy powder. I can't remember it ever giving me, you know, issues, I could just chug loads of Andrews. It's bloody beautiful. I've not seen it in Australia. I've not looked though. Oh, you got me. You got my interest peak though. Probably the last time I had a glass of Andrews, God, it must be 40 years ago at least. Hopefully they haven't dicked around with the formula, because I don't want to go and get some Andrews and it's like new minty flavour or something. New salmon flavour Andrews. Totten Podjo, we ruined Dyer by playing him in midfield. No, he's just shit. We didn't ruin anyone. Couva 99, I had to bail out this morning. I started getting work. I find that happens when I go on Jacob's stream. I'm sitting there, pulling my pud. And I'll go on Jacob's stream, and then it's like Jacob conjures up passengers for me. So sorry I had to bail out. Nice seeing you. Big up, Paul. I finally made it and have my own obsessed fan. Ah, yeah. Well, he came here the other day, man. Sorry, I'll finish the comment for those people that aren't reading. Couva99 says, big up, Paul. I finally made it and had my own obsessed fan with an IQ of less than 90. Might be overstaying it, mate. Happy days. Yeah, no, he tried playing silly bollocks over here as well. I just, I'm trying to get this channel. To me it's like a bonsai tree. So I nip things in the bud. So maybe it's always just going to be small, But if you don't trim it, then it just turns into fucking stinging nettles and ivy, and then you get birds shitting on it, and then it's too late. It's too late to start. What are you going to do then? So, yeah, twats like that, idiot. He's not coming back here, man. But congratulations, man. Isn't it weird, eh? I mean, fucking hell. When people stalk on Couva, I mean, that's a whole different level, isn't it, really? Matthew. Hello, Paul. You bald beard cowboy. I don't know why I'm a cowboy, man, but I mean, you're correct on the other two. So, I mean, 66.6% hit rate there. Well done, man. Adam McFarlane, don't understand why we are so lethargic in the first half. I didn't see that myself. I thought we were good. I just thought the wingers weren't clicking right. But I thought, compared to I am comparing it to 2 weeks ago as well, where I thought, yeah, we were very static. Very static. I thought we were moving around a bit. I liked it, but hey, I'm easily pleased, maybe. Adam McFarlane, Dyer ruined himself because he's so Dyer. Baloo, Dyer is very bad for the dressing room. I think so. He always shouts the players out, in or out of the pitch. He thinks he's better than everyone else. Yeah, well, there's that clip, isn't there, from the Amazon documentary. I don't know if that's like representative, but I didn't like that. He thinks himself better than everyone else. That's correct. He looks good, doesn't he? He's. I heard an old player. I won't say who it was because I can't quite remember who it was. But they said, and I wouldn't say anyway. But they said Eric Dyer is just trying to be too cool for school. A bit of a pose, all this. Trying to look good, and then pointing. Anyway, he's gone, fuck him. Paul is better than Dyer all day. If I have to choose defensive, look, you might get a good 2 minutes. Oh, I don't know if you get that. Nah, man. I mean, Eric Dyer's bad, but he's not that bad. Sandra's Bethnal Green, Grandad, and his review, and his Andrews. Put a bit of orange in it. No, I just have mine neat Andrews. Is that weird? I don't know. I just like the taste. Bethnal Green Orangeade. Well. There's this weird old thing in Australia. It's still around called Tang, which is this. I don't know what it consists of. It's very orange in colour. It's powder, and you put it in water, and you get like orangeade. So if you ever see Tang, that's what it's like. Maybe that's what maybe Tang is just Andrews and orange. Bethnal Green Orangeade. Living the high life, man. Up in I mean, it is cheaper than lemonade, though, isn't it? You get, I mean, how many litres? Curious. Andrews. How many litres in a jar? Oh, I get a bloody maths question. I want the answer. What's it called? Andrews powder. I don't get it this time. Is Andrews not a thing anymore? Andrew not a thing? Oh, I can't find it, but it's loads. Loads. Good bang for your buck. Up in Precise, I haven't watched Jacob's show. Were you invited as a guest? Must check it out. Yeah, I think there's a few of us that have opened invites. It's just, you know, whether I got spare time or not, because I'm working a lot usually when he's on. Oh, I enjoy going on Jacob. I don't go on many streams these days, but Jacob's one, I'm always happy to go on. Up in Precise, when Romero scored that second, I was flying and screaming. Yeah, man. Same with Brighton's. Trying to race through some comments just to see. I've got a few comments here. I'm just going to race through Marpin. Not for Spurs fans, the umpire part pumps faster. It certainly does. Okay, they're talking to each other. I ain't seen Tang for donkeys. Do you get what? Did they have it in England? Maybe it's not a thing anymore. Baloo, I've seen your art of defending. Yeah, it's an oldie. Teaching Dyer and Sanchez in Irish Hotspur. Yeah, that was about a year ago. I did those videos. Just I've still got the traffic cone on my roof. I'm not saying my daughter came home with it one night a few years ago. I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't like dob her in. Me finding it in her bedroom. But kind of part of me thought, chip off the old block. But I'm not saying that. Cuba99, you're on my bucket list, Paul. What the fuck? What? Would love to spend a day with you, sing a couple of beers, rolling a few things. Yeah, rolling dough. Yes. Talking about things in the 80s. Oh, it'd be magnificent, man. Well, look, I'm coming over to England. It's not beyond the realm of possibility. Not soon. And I've also got in my mind, there's a couple of trips I want to do. Like I've got half an idea to go to the World Cup in Mexico. But I definitely, if I become a YouTube millionaire, then fuck it. I'll just be wandering around the world with a backpack. That's what I'll be doing. So yeah, that'd be there. I'd love that. That'd be brilliant, man. Absolutely. Kim62, good to... Oh, hey, hello, Kim. Hello, man. Merry Hotspur Hippie Commune. Good to be back with you, Paul. Have been under the weather. Sorry to hear that. Been watching you still. Thanks, man. Been enjoying your vibes and refreshing take on everything Tottenham Hotspur. You're still a ray of sunshine. Well, that's nice to hear. That's what I try and do. Be a bit stupid. I'm not always a walking ray of sunshine all the time, but when I'm here in this chair, wow. I don't want to waste people's time being miserable. Fuck that. Or as little as possible. It's going to happen. Like, if we lose 10 on a row. Craig the Gecko Man, Tang flashbacks. Leeds Lemonade, unfortunate name. Oh, Leeds Lemonade. Yeah, that was one, wasn't it? Yeah, well, it was Whites. Leeds Lemonade. But there used to be, when I was there was a truck used to come around with bottles of Tango. Used to have people coming around with shit, apart from ice cream men, there was fizzy drinks people, there's bottles. Glass bottles. Not one-use plastic. Ugh. What a race we are. Andrew's liver salts. It's not. Is it really called that? I mustn't have read the label properly when I was a kid, or couldn't read, or something. I mean, I wouldn't have chugged that down. Was it liver salts? Was it? Oh. How many litres? Or maybe I should put pints, eh? Because it's probably more English. Now that you're all Brexited up, you can do all fucking pints again, all that shit. Andrew's liver salts, you're right. No, it doesn't answer my question. I'll have to look at a tin, see if I can get one. Got hankering for some bloody Andrews now. Kev Knight, hi Paul, hello Kev. Catching you late? That's all right, man. There's no schedule here. It's the big one this Sunday. Must win. I heard the phrase, must win. Or what? Or what is my answer to when someone says must win. Well, what? What you going to do? What's going to happen? Villa away, they'll come at us. Yeah, which will be great. Yeah, look, it's going to be entertaining. I hope so. No low block. Ugh. Hate that phrase. Low block. Bloody low block. Hang on. See if I can do a clown. That's what I think of low block. Sorry, neighbours. I forgot to put the mute on again. No low block, so we should pick them apart and score a few. This would be a great watch. Yeah, I think so. Exciting game, and it's good because it's on a Monday morning here at 2 a.m. I think, which is good for me. So I've got some, obligations to fulfil financially, and I should have done it by then, so I can just chill out a bit more, It's going to be good. I'm just 23. I've got one up on you then, because I've lost my fear of dying young, because I'm not young anymore. Kuva said, is also definitely on my bucket list. Sinks, beers, rolling joys, talking about life and music. Yeah. Rolling dough, beef, lamb. YouTube's lamb joints we're talking about. I want to do TOS. There we go. Liver salts. Fucking hell, man. Oh, well. All right, folks. Look, I'm going to call it a day there. Thanks, everyone, man. Thanks, everyone. It's all right. Well, I'm not sorry a couple of people got offside with the way I start the stream. That's what I'm going to do. It's not a debate, So let's not all. It's the Hotspur Hippie channel. You're going to get a little bit like that here and there, and that's the way it is. But, what can I say? Anyway, it's nice to talk football with you all. Thanks for watching. Thank you if you've clicked like and subscribe. Thank you very much. If you haven't, well, I'm with you. And if you're watching it afterwards, and I hope it's entertained you and, just distracted you from bloody life, the treadmill, the meat grinder of bloody existence. Just having a giggle. All right, folks, well, on that bombshell, I will say peace and love, man. Peace and love, and come on, you Spurs.